Welcome to PWS Connect, a podcast for the Prader-Willi syndrome community, brought to you by PWSA USA. This podcast gives the latest news in research, advocacy, and family support by bringing together staff, volunteers, PWS treatment specialists, biotech and pharmaceutical representatives, caregivers, family members, and individuals with PWS. Our goal is to connect education, awareness, and resources with those living with PWS and their supporters. Join us in our mission to enhance the quality of life and empower those affected by Prader-Willi syndrome. So this is our special edition Pulse from July 26, 2024, back to school. It's that time of year again when families are preparing to send their loved ones off to school. We know that can be both a daunting and exciting experience. There are many factors that parents and caregivers have to think about as the school year approaches. Will our loved ones have the proper support? Will they be able to keep up with the schoolwork? Will they find things they enjoy? Will they make friends? Will they be safe? These are questions most parents concern themselves with, PWS or not. But as with most things, there are special considerations for PWS, necessary additions to IEPs, educating school staff, and helping our loved ones with their peer relationships. We are dedicating this special edition Pulse to helping families navigate the experience of going back to school. As Jen Garcia, mom to Rocco, 19, said, "Over the years, we have relied on PWSA USA's support for our frequent IEP meetings. Navigating the educational system with the support of PWSA USA has made a world of difference in our son's programming placement. We are forever grateful to the PWSA USA IEP team for sharing their in-depth knowledge, out-of-the-box thinking, and sincere drive for all PWS individuals to reach their full potential." PWSA USA offers an extensive array of resources for families around the country. We provide trainings for school staff, assistance with the IEP process, webinars on how to advocate for your child, downloadable information, documents to share with teachers, as well as an incredible library of resources on our website, including our School Success Toolkit. We are able to offer this support in part from the generous donations of our community. If you would like to help with PWSA USA's efforts in supporting families, please consider donating today. Your donations are greatly appreciated.
The first topic we discuss in our Back to School Special Edition Pulse is what should I put in the IEP? The Individualized Education Plans, or IEPs, are legal documents defining specialized services and support students will receive while in school. While IEPs are outlined according to the distinct needs of each individual student, there are many important additions for our loved ones with PWS. We reached out to the community for advice on what members have found to be a critical element of an IEP, and here are some suggestions for what has worked for other families. Mandatory PWS training for everyone who interacts with the individual with PWS. Include a staff Q&A session with parents so the staff can learn the specifics about their child. Food security. All snacks, food, lunch boxes, etc. should be locked away in a cabinet in the classroom. There should also be supervision during any mealtime or when food is present. Monitored water intake during snack and lunch to ensure the individual drinks enough water. Access to a safe space that is quiet and calm. Always include extra time and a countdown for transitions from one activity to another. Include alternatives for recess or physical education when it's too hot or too cold. Approval for the use of stress balls or fidget spinners during class, the use of audiobooks for reading assignments, and prior notification of any class parties or celebrations where food will be involved.
We also touched on the topic of celebrations in the classroom. Celebrations involving food are an inevitable aspect of our society, whether in school or out. It is important that we learn and teach our loved ones how to navigate these situations. While they are in school, we should ensure the teachers and staff understand the dangers of not having food security and how they can help keep our loved ones safe. Here are some ways that families have brought food security and healthy choices into the classroom. Include in the IEP that no food should be given to the individual unless it is provided by the family. Provide the classroom with alternative options, like healthy snacks or non-food items, to give to the student when sugary treats are handed out. Volunteer to bring in healthy treats for the whole class or to be present during celebrations for added security. Include the option for the student to participate in an alternative activity out of the classroom, like joining another class or visiting the library, during the food part of the celebration. Encourage art activities in the classroom rather than sweet treats. For example, decorating felt gingerbread characters rather than decorating gingerbread cookies. Give the student half portions when it is a treat, or allow the student to participate in the activity but notify the family so they can adjust the other meals throughout the day.
The next topic we covered was navigating peer relationships. As parents and caregivers, we want to see our loved ones successful in their relationships. Making connections with peers is a valuable part of adolescence and being in school. Some of the characteristics of PWS can make this challenging. Struggles with transitions, egocentrism, slower processing, excessive daytime sleepiness, and of course, food concerns can sometimes get in the way when our loved ones are navigating relationships. PWSA USA's Kim Tula and Christy Rickenbach offered insights for families to help their loved ones navigate and nurture these relationships. You can read this blog in our show notes.
PWSA USA has an exciting parent resource coming up. It is a parent advocacy training presented by Dr. Destiny Pacha, PWS Education Specialist, and this training is designed specifically for parents and families of children with PWS. This series will provide in-depth knowledge about the specifics of an IEP and your child's educational rights, plus how to incorporate specific services, strategies, and accommodations to ensure your child has a safe and successful school year. You will gain the confidence and skills needed to actively participate and advocate effectively for your child in IEP meetings, ensuring the best possible outcomes for your child's education. Details, including training dates, will be announced soon, so stay tuned for those, and spots will be limited.
And speaking of school resources, our own CEO, Stacey Ward, along with Casey Bedard, Destiny Pasha, and Annette Griffith, recently published an article called Prader-Willi Syndrome, a Primer for School Psychologists in the Children and Youth Services Review. As the abstract states, this paper provides a primer for school psychologists introducing the physiological, educational, and behavioral differences experienced by children with PWS. As the symptoms of PWS are widespread, the impacts of common physical and neurological differences on specific learning abilities, adaptive skills, and overall functioning in the classroom setting are discussed in detail. While PWS is a spectrum and each child will experience symptoms and challenges differently, this article aims to provide a foundation for the development and facilitation of support services to assist educators in not only maintaining the health and safety of their students with PWS, but also in capitalizing on their strengths and building a plan to help them succeed. If you would like to read the Prader-Willi Syndrome, a Primer for School Psychologists article, please contact Stacey Ward at sward@pwsausa.org to receive a copy.
We closed out our Back to School Special Edition Pulse with a website spotlight on our School Success Summit. Our School Success Summit includes several webinar presentations from specialists who are experts in education and PWS. These webinar recordings focus on creating goals and documenting progress, helpful tips for the IEP process, due process, and more. As many families turn their focus from summer to the school year and all the excitement and challenges that come along with that, we want to remind families that PWSA USA is here to support you and your loved one, whether through school trainings, IEP support, referrals, or resources and information. You can find resources like the School Success Summit recordings at our website, www.pwsausa.org. At PWSA USA, our team is always available to support families and their loved ones living with PWS. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. You can call us at 941-312-0400 or email info@pwsausa.org. Catch a new episode of PWS Connect next Tuesday. And until then, have a great week.